Well, hello, welcome back to another episode of Chips and Talk. Grab a snack, let's chat. Forgot my fucking damn chips. All right, we're back. Thank you so much for tuning back in. This is episode 8, I believe, and I can't wait for the moment where I will lose track of what episode we're on. But anyways, thank you so much, whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple, eventually Google, or you're on YouTube and watching the video version, which you should definitely do because, you know, if you get to see my beautiful face, you get to see the chips that I'll be eating and munching on, you get to see my terrible room, you get a little bit more personal, you know. That's how I love listening to podcasts. I love listening to the audio while watching the video. I think it's much more engaging. But, you know, maybe you're in your car and you're super busy in your busy life, okay? But anyways, whatever way you're here, I really appreciate it. But of course, this is Chips and Talk, where we literally grab a snack, preferably chips, but it can be desserts, it could be cereal, like it was last episode, whatever it is, and we munch. And then we go on the internet, we choose a random topic, and we discuss. I suspect at some point, I'm going to have to say fuck it, and I'm going to have to vent one day. And I'll be like, you know what, I'm going to choose a random topic. Random topic. Oh shit, let me tell you about my life. You know, because, you know, that's what this is for, you know? That's what this is for. This is a vehicle for therapy. Anyways, but you can also join me in on the fun. You can pick a snack of your choosing and you could discuss along with me, except where we don't really talk back and forth. It's just me talking to you. But you can go in the comment section, leave a review on the podcast, whatever it is. We could definitely communicate. We'll find it. For those of you listening audio-wise, my YouTube is superjesusjackson. But let's get started, shall we? So I'm going to show you the chips that I got this time. Here we go. Fritos. Yeah, not very exciting, I know. But these are the Flamin' Hot versions. These are my favorite Fritos. Okay, the other ones kind of give me a bad stomach episode. I'm not going to lie. It's just, I'm sorry, Fritos. Frito-Lay, I'm really sorry about that. But hey, it's the truth, okay? It's the truth. But these Flamin' Hot ones are fantastic. Don't eat them too fast because you'll regret it. I got to do a thumbnail picture now. It's probably awkward for you audio people. You're like, what the hell is he doing? Anyways, let's open this up together. Obviously, I got to get you some ASMR action with this podcast. Here we go. Oh, whoa, it's struggling. Oh, yeah, that's right. Here we go. I love the smell, okay? I just love it. So bad for you, but I love it. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful, isn't it? Just red, terrible for your body. It's just fantastic. I gotta go get a physical. Whatever that means. A physical. Let's get physical. Anyways, so let's go. Actually, let's try a bite of these Fritos. I haven't had these in forever. Obviously, the best ones are the ones that are filled with powder. It's the worst one. For your body, that is, but the best for your mouth. Like that? So good. You know, I'll tell you a little secret. I've always loved... I have done it in the past, but I love the idea of eating some of these chips and, like, drinking water, like, while I do it, but, like at the same time. So I'll put a chip in my mouth, I'll munch on it a little bit, and while I still have crumbs in my mouth from the chip, it sounds so weird, then I drink a little bit of water, and I mix it all together, and I eat it together. It sounds like it should work. I've done it in the past, and it diminished the flavor of the chip. It just didn't really work well. It just doesn't work well. But I like to think that it will one day, even though I've done it already. It's weird. You know, it's probably why I'm sick in the head. It's what a lot of people do, right? They're insane. They do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Go in the comment section if you know where I got that from. It's a video game, I'll give you a hint. But, anyways. Oh my god. These chips are so good. I don't even have... That's the problem. I don't have napkins. Oh my god, I'm panicking. I don't have napkins. I don't really care about this hand. I just care about this hand because you know when like you're eating and you don't want to fucking get your fucking mouse and your keyboard dirty and shit. That's what this is. You know. Here, I'm gonna lick. That's what you do, okay? If you don't lick your fingers after eating on some chips, you're weird. So here we go. All right, let's go to randomtopicgenerator.com. And here we go. Can I be a voice actor? Can I do it? Is it possible? I think so. God, how dare you? And Robinson is coming in with the shot. He stole the ball, and now he's coming. I don't know. Anyways, generate random topic. Now, here we go. Do you prefer to watch movies in the theater or in the comfort of your own home? Yeah, that was a good topic, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I have gotten a few bad topics, just a few. You know, I think it's only been one episode where like I've literally like picked a different topic because like where I did the topic that I got and then I would switch it because what the fuck am I gonna talk about, you know, I don't know, giraffes for, you know? I don't even think that was the topic, but anyways. So, watch movies, and see, this is a perfect question to ask nowadays because we live in the days of streaming. We live in the era of streaming, okay? And it's still sort of in its inception. I don't think it's reached its golden age, I would say. Well, maybe. I don't fucking know. Maybe. But there's still theaters. Like, and fucking Spider-Man No Way Home made $1 billion in the fucking theaters. Like, shit's not dying anytime soon, okay? But that being said, I mean, usually those movies are the superhero movies are the ones that make that money, you know, the Marvel Disney movies. And whereas all the other movies don't kind of really do that. So, which makes sense, of course, but like, you know, I mean, back in the day, you know, I mean, I don't know, Titanic, right? Avatar, but see, those are movies that everyone was over, you know what I mean? Like, everyone was all over, you know, and Gone with the Wind was an exception, I guess, but, you know, Avatar was a phenomenon, it was 3D, you know, like, there was a lot of things going for it, it came out in the right time. Titanic, it had fucking Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio in it, and it was talking about one of the most, I guess, infamous dates in history, you know, one of the most infamous events in history, that is. So it had everything going for it, you know, and it's James Cameron. James Cameron, just phenomenal job with movies and stuff. So, and Jurassic Park, of course, that's a great series as well. So, I mean, you know, the movies that really make the big bucks are the ones that just are mass appeal, you know, everything lines up for them, time-wise, pop culture-wise. So, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, movie theaters aren't as good as they used to be, but there are some movies that just, you know, unfortunately, I do think that the bottom half of the movies, the bottom of the pyramid for these movies, you know, movies like The Irishman, you know, like that was like a 4-hour movie, right? And it came out only in Netflix, which is a plus for the streaming services. But when it comes to theaters, like, you know, putting out a 4-hour movie in theaters, like, it's just not a fucking thing anymore, you know, not only logistically because of theater screens and stuff, but, you know, people don't go to the movies anymore to watch just the normal movies, you know, they go for, like, the event movies, like Endgame, you know, Avengers, but they're not really going to be doing that for, like, some, you know, movie directed by some avant-garde niche director, you know, like, that's just not a thing anymore. Now, I don't know, to be fair, I haven't really done my research, maybe it's never been a thing, I have no idea, but I mean, I like to think so, right? You would think, but, you know, in a way, that's the positive for the streaming services because it's kind of, they came to save these movies because now there is an audience for them in these streaming platforms, you know, because movies that really wouldn't be able to release in theaters, you know, or at least they would be released limitedly. That's not even a word, but, you know, in a limited way, you know, they can do it through streaming and kind of have more length that way, have more perpetuity. More perpetuity. But, you know, look, I mean, logistically, I think that I wish logistically movies were more in theaters. You know, like I wish things could work more for movies in theaters, but it's just not a thing, unfortunately. It's very difficult to do that. And, you know, with so many things like Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Netflix, it's hard to be competing, you know, with those things, because a lot of it has to do with ease of access. You know, the whole technological age has come to kind of reduce the wait times, you know, like we're becoming much more, you know, instant gratificationified, you know, and, you know, going to the movies, we got to get in our car, we got to fucking you got to buy the tickets earlier, you know, you get in your car, you go, you have to get off, you got to fucking sit down, you know, it's an experience, you know, whereas Netflix, just fucking click on it on your TV, your phone, whatever, tap on it, right? And then you search up your movie, boom, there it is, and you're watching it. You know, it's just much less shit that you got to do, much less hoops you got to go through, you know? And so that's a plus or a negative if you think about it, right? It's a plus because, hey, it's easy, it's quick, you know? There's no bullshit. But the negative is maybe it kind of minimizes your ability to appreciate art because you don't have to go through so many hoops. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make you want to fucking be like, yeah, like I'll watch this fucking niche ass movie. I'm just gonna watch like the big ones, you know, like, or whatever. But I don't know, man. It's all fucking, the data is floaty because so many people watch just obscure ass shit on these streaming services that they otherwise would never be able to watch. And granted, these streaming services have allowed so many movies, TV series, you know, foreign language stuff, you know, like, you know, to expose people to certain things that they would never watch. So it's a good thing in that way, you know, but I do think objectively the theater experience is just much better. I think it's much more intentional. I think it's much more respectful of the art. And look, I'm not this fucking stickler or whatever, like, do whatever the hell you want to do, of course. But getting in your car, deciding with your partner or your friend, whatever, by yourself, you know, being like, look, I'm going to do this. This is an adventure. I'm going to go and get in my car, go to the fucking theater and do this. Like, there's a lot more intention behind that, and it's a little bit more respectful, I think. And I say that without shitting on people who stream movies. Like, I'm not saying that's less respectful in a shitty way. I'm just saying I think it objectively is, but it's not like you're meaning to. I don't think anyone's meaning to do that. But, you know, like, you know, if I made a movie or whatever, I'd like people to go to the theater and watch it. Like, to actively make that choice, to pick their seats, go to the concession stand, get some popcorn, talk about a week before, plan out the date, you know, with your friend, with your boyfriend, girlfriend, and be like, look, we're going to watch this movie, and go sit down, fucking either arrive right as the movie begins, or sit, you know, for some previews, and just think about that. Have that be an experience. Have that be something that you're preparing for, you know. And you could do that with the streaming service. You know, you could be like, hey, babe, you know, like Saturday we'll watch this movie on Netflix, and that's it. You know, like, but it just doesn't have a lot more, doesn't have any hoops, you know what I mean? You gotta get through some hoops, you know? I don't know if that makes any sense. But also, just the theater experience is fantastic. I mean, like, you're fucking surrounded by strangers, surrounded by people that you probably will never ever meet in your life, you know? And they're all around you, and you're doing one singular thing. Like, it's beautiful. I've had that experience. It's a very ethereal experience. I've had that with Joker. I've had that with 1917. I've had it where I watch movies by myself, and that's amazing too. Where there's no one in the theater, and I'm the only one watching it. Like, it's incredible. It's an incredible feeling. But when the whole theater's full, and you just see like the silhouette of everyone's heads, you know what I mean? Like the shadows, and like and you're all watching this singular thing, and it's an event, you know? It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, you know? And it's something you cannot get with Netflix or Hulu, you know, like, it's just, you can't. It's a much more introverted experience. And I think that these streaming services have also just allowed introverts to just be more introverted, you know? And I'm not saying that introversion is bad. Definitely not. No, there's good introversion. Everyone needs a little bit of introversion, but geez, how many times have I said that? But I do think that I like being introverted in extroverted ways, if that makes any sense. So I like to be myself, and I like to kind of, be myself, express who I am in a multitude of people, I think. I like to do that sometimes, of course. Occasionally I am a pure introvert, but, and the theater allows you to do that perfectly, because you go to the theater, you sit down, you're having an experience yourself, and you're dissecting this movie, you're analyzing it, you're seeing it yourself with your own eyes. No one else is interpreting this movie like you are. But everyone else is there, and they are having their own introverted experiences as well. But you're all doing it, we're all doing it in a communal fashion. Like you're all being introverts together, and I think that it's because you're physically there, and physical things, allow you just allow a different part of your senses to be triggered, I know triggered has a very bad connotation, but you know what I mean. And so, and then there's, of course, the other side, where you're in your home, you got your theater set up, you got your fucking subwoofer, you got your fucking sound bar, you got your big ass OLED 4K TV, and that's awesome too. And you got your date with you, and you're just sitting there, laying down after, Friday night or whatever, after working hard, you got your friend, whatever, or by yourself, and that's a very intimate experience as well that has to be appreciated as well. I love buying movies. I love watching movies at home, obviously. But I do think that we can have the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? It's probably a cop-out answer, but I do think that there has to be an order, too. I think that, you should go to the theater to watch that movie. Then when it comes out, you buy it, and then you watch it at home at your leisure, and I just think it makes the experience a lot more worthwhile. I own Joker, I own Ford v Ferrari, I own 1917, I own The Revenant, and I watched those movies in theater, and I'm glad I did because, unless they get a rerun, a reissue, or whatever, like, you only get to do that once, and it's special because I have that in my brain. I remember watching The Revenant in theaters and how much it impacted me when I watched it. I remember watching Joker. I remember watching 1917. And I remember experiences like that a lot more than I do watching movies at home. 100%. Because there's just a lot more shit that you got to do, so your brain cements those memories a lot more and aligns them better. And also you're just around people. It's a communal experience that you remember. It's a reason why, events, significant events in history where everyone gets affected is remembered forever. It's part of the reason why, because it's shared. It's a shared experience. So, no, 100%. I think that watching movies is better than watching them at home, but only because it's something that you have to do first. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily, one's better than the other, but perhaps it has more weight because there's just a lot more objective stuff surrounding it, and there's just time-wise, it's earlier. Usually things that are first tend to be like thought of as better, right? Because they're first, like they get dibs, But no, I do think that after that, then watching them at home has its own treasure to that as well. But, I mean, a lot of pluses and a lot of minuses, most definitely. Like I said, movies, streaming movies, has allowed so many creators, so many independent creators to put their movies into these platforms. Foreign films, foreign series, like they're able to have an audience now, something like Squid Game, dude, like that would only, that only works because we have these services, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, imagine if that shit came out in some fucking, Asian channel, like no person in America is going to flip to an Asian channel, it's just not going to happen, you're not going to get Asian cable, are you, like, so thankfully, because of Netflix, we got something like that, so it's brilliant. And, pluses and minuses, of course, and I think it's all about balance, and it's all about how you order it, most importantly. But I think that pretty much covers it there. I think there's plenty of things that I could have talked about that I probably forgot. But, go down below in the comment section for those of you watching on YouTube. Let me know, what am I wrong? What am I right with? I don't know. Tell me. I didn't even eat any of my chips. Let me eat a little bit of my chips and see if I remember some shit that I was going to say. Also, you got to think about it. A plus to eating in your a plus to eating in your home, a plus to watching movies in your home is you could fucking order whatever the fuck you want. You get whatever you want, right? You spend less money too if you think about it. Going to the fucking theaters is expensive. There we go. That's another angle. It's fucking expensive, man. Like if you think about it, I have a fucking unlimited thing or whatever. I pay like $21 a month. But that only works if you're watching multiple movies at the same, like in the same month, you know? Like if you're only fucking watching like 2 or whatever a month, like you're not going to get, you know, your money's worth. But, you know, fucking ticket prices, you know, 12, 13 bucks sometimes, maybe sometimes even 15, depending on what you're doing, you know, IMAX, 3D, you know, whatever. It's insane. And so, and now streaming services, you know, you do pay a month. So there's that too. But, you know, food-wise, obviously theaters, that's how they get their money as well, is charging a shit ton for popcorn, drinks, you know, that's how they get you. Because the majority of ticket sales go to the movie, as they should, right? But, you know, they still do pay a part of the ticket sales to the place that is distributing the movie. So, you know. But, think about popcorn. Popcorn is at home in theaters because it's just like, it's quiet, you know? Like, it's quiet for the most part. You know, that's another movie too, Quiet Place. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. Watching that in theaters, 100%. And that made it even better watching it in theaters because everyone was quiet. Literally, right? And you could do that too, watching it on Netflix, watching it on your own, but when everyone is along for the ride, everyone's doing it, not just you, it's a sight to behold. Actually, yeah, sort of. It's an event to hear. Or in the case of Quiet Place, to not hear. But I'd love to watch so many movies in the theater, you know, movies like Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Would love to watch that in theaters. You know, and I'm not a huge movie connoisseur, I think, when it comes to 80s, 90s movies. But, you know, movie like Seven, oh my God, I would have loved to see that shit in theaters. Are you insane? Are you kidding me? Like, are you loco? But, okay. A lot of you ASMR people probably hating the shit out of me right now. I would hate myself right now if I was hearing it. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna I'm gonna get some water and I wanna like. I'm sorry, I'm torturing the shit out of you. Especially my girlfriend. My girlfriend hates this shit. But here we go. Was that fucking gross? Hey, here's the thing about this, is you gotta admire it a little bit because you do the same shit too. You make fucking noises too. Don't you fucking lie. You know you fucking know it. You know it. Anyways, but this is the last one. But thank you so much for tuning back in. I already said that in the beginning, but I'm saying it again. But thank you so much for staying this long. If you made it this far in the conversation, please let me know what you think regarding regarding this topic. Let me know in the comment section below. I don't know how can you comment on Apple Music? I mean, Apple Podcasts and stuff and Spotify. I don't know if you can, but you could definitely rate it. I don't know. Like this video if you liked, dislike it if you didn't. Do whatever you want. I love you. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my podcast. I don't fucking know. I should definitely touch my knowledge up when it comes to some of this shit, but God, I'm loving these chips. I gotta go. I gotta go, guys. Peace and love. Stay safe. Take care. And until next time, I love you. I love you. Oh, God. That's Home Alone. All right. Bye-bye.